am so sorry you got laid off and lost your apartment and car. I want you to know that right now I don't want you to worry about a thing. My place is all yours. The fridge is completely stocked, so help yourself, especially after last night. I have steaks marinating for dinner. I'll cook when I get home. Here are the keys to the sports car. That thing is just way too fast. Oh, I spoke with Daddy. He created a position for you at his company, but we both agree that we don't want you to feel awkward. So you'll be getting weekly payroll checks, but you don't have to go to the office. So call me if you need anything. Remember, tonight's French maid night.
The Girlfriend, Jim Beam, The Bourbon.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for your 2 guaranteed feature picks for week 6, beginning with the Big D, Dan Guarantee.
All right, the Big D guarantee for week 6 is Cleveland at Oakland. Oakland is giving 6.5 points. They're going to have an Al Davis tribute in that game since he just passed away this past weekend. One of the pioneers of the AFL and the merger and all that kind of good stuff. Oakland boasts the leading rusher in the NFL, who's also my fantasy football team, Darren McFadden, who has 519 yards rushing. Cleveland is ranked 25th versus the run, allowing 124.5 yards a game on the ground, whereas Oakland rushes for 161 yards a game. So it should be a good matchup. But they're good. Oakland being a good rushing team against Cleveland, who's a terrible rush defense team. Cleveland themselves only run 25th in rushing in the league as a whole. They rush for 85.8 yards a game. So they're both 25th defensively and offensively. So Oakland should be able to control the ball in this game. For Cleveland, 2 of their defensive players are out. Their defensive end, Marcus Bernard, decided to get on a motorcycle and break his hand, so he's gone for a while. And Joe Hayden, their star corner, is out, which is a big loss for them. And for Oakland, which is going to make Brian happy, they traded for Aaron Curry this week, an outside linebacker, who they believe should complement Cameron Wimley pretty well and give them a more formidable pass rush than what they have right now. My nugget of the week is that the Raiders have not been over 500 this late into a season since 2002 when they started 4-1 and went to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not predicting that for this team, but it just shows how bad they've been and for how long. But I believe that they should be able to cover in this game. Cleveland, though, he doesn't do anything special offensively, even though I know Colt McCoy for 350 yards in his last game, but that was just in a pointless effort against Tennessee. They were getting blown out anyway. Oakland, I think, is going to have a lot of emotion going into this game because it is an Al Davis tribute. They won last week, but I think the emotion is going to be higher being at home. It's one of their first home sellouts in a couple years. So it should be a very energized and emotional crowd. Cleveland's coming all the way across the country to play this game. Cleveland's banged up. As I said, those 2 best players are out. Alex Mack had an appendectomy. He could be out. Their starting center. Peyton Hillis hasn't done a whole lot lately. So I believe Oakland should cover this game at 6.5.
All right, there you have it, folks. The Al Davis sympathy card was already played last week, so I'm not sure why you're playing that again.
Because it's a home game. It's their first home game without him. And they're probably painting his picture on the field and have some kind of video tribute, all that stuff. Whereas last week they were in Houston, and those people don't really care.
They scored a touchdown with 10 men on the field last week, unintentionally, because Al Davis was the 11th man. Give it up. Okay? Give up all the Al Davis talk already.
They can use it again.
Good.
They worked last week. Let's play it again.
Yeah, and I think the Skins are, might win this week because Vince Lombardi is going to be on the field too.
The Skins. Yeah, he had 2 terrible years with them at the end before he threw in the towel.
All right, so we have Dan taking the Raiders as a favorite. Who would have thought last season we'd be talking about that?
True.
Raiders as a favorite, right?
Yeah.
Hey, before I do my pick, I'd like to point out the two idiots that I work with. My brother Scott, who doesn't remember the badge of the week, and for the sixth week in a row, Dan has forgotten his nugget. Fucking moron, forgot the nugget again, and I whispered it to him in his ear. Jackass.
The nugget was supposed to be the Raiders' record that it's their best record after 5 games since 2002 when they were 4-1. Now they're 3-2.
See, I just want everybody out there in America to know the incompetence I have to work with on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, you want to see real incompetence? Come to our office on a daily basis to see Brian at work.
So the nugget is the Raiders' record. Is that the nugget?
Yeah, the Raiders' record since not the record was this good after 5 games 9 years ago, 2002, when they were 4-1. This is the first time they've been over 500 after 5 games since then.
Yeah, that was Dan's nugget, but he mentions it way too late.
Well, let's see if you remember your nugget for your big B guarantee.
I know my nugget, baby. You're gonna be jealous of my nugget.
Yeah.
All right, let's have it. Big B, Brian, guarantee.
So I don't
final
forget
guarantee.
I'm gonna start off with a nugget. My pick is it's New Orleans minus 4.5 at Tampa Bay.
That was your nugget? Minus 4.5 at Tampa Bay?
No, but I'm gonna start off with my nugget. You know what? Sorry, I'm gonna let you laugh because I'm not the idiot who's forgotten 5 weeks in a row now. Six, whatever. I'm gonna start off with my nugget. I'm taking
My badge of the week is Brian.
It's time for the crickets.
I'm gonna start off with my nugget that they're 1-4. That the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 1-4 against the spread at home versus New Orleans Saints in their last 5 matchups. So Dan, suck on that, because I remembered my nugget.
Okay. We don't remember waking up in the morning, how to get to work, what time to get work.
All right. I'm gonna move on. Some of my things that I wrote down here. I have that the New Orleans has the second-rated offense in the league. They have the number 2 rated offense overall, and they have the number 2 rated passing offense overall. Tampa Bay ranks 20th overall, and they rank 23rd against the pass. So I think Drew Brees is going to be able to throw on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also, I wrote down that last week Tampa Bay lost 48-3 to the 49ers. Now, Dan actually swayed me on this one. I'm usually of the opinion that after a team gets killed, they get angry. And sometimes I forget to think about the other possibility that maybe their ego has been destroyed, and so maybe they won't be able to recover. So I'm hoping for that this week because 48-3 is a college score. I mean, that's like Penn State going against Akron. So Tampa Bay is going to be, they could come out, they could play really shell-shocked. They could come out with a lot of lack of confidence. Gerald McCoy, one of the starting D tackles, is out. Basically, that's all I have as far as my stats and my figures. I just think, and the other thing I didn't write this down, but so far this year, New Orleans is 4-1 against the spread. The only game they lost was last week. They won, but they didn't beat the spread against Carolina. I just think 4.5 is pretty low, and I think Tampa Bay. I don't know. I think they could have a rough season this year. So people out there, take New Orleans minus 4.5 at Tampa Bay.
So if you got the crosshairs, you got the laser, you can put it right on my chest. I'll take full responsibility.
I don't know where that came from. Don't know where that came from.
Who that? Drew Brees!
Drew Brees.
Oh, yeah.
It's the love train, baby.
I had my system working, and now I got to throw it off. So everybody, let's join the love train. Love train for season 6. New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees.
Keep drinking.
Yeah, keep drinking. After the first 4 seasons. The Lost Four Seasons available on DVD today.
Funny thing though, it's gonna be a blank DVD.
Happy birthday. Oh, by the way, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that today is the 8th anniversary of Bartman Day, and I had the pleasure of giving Ryan Robinson a card to commemorate that day, and we had a nice laugh this morning about it.
Yeah, that was a good card. That
That
was
was
a
fun.
very good card.
He's a
A card for what?
Fellow coworker is a huge Cubs fan.
he's a huge Cubs fan, and we have some good fun about it. I mean, I don't want to rub dirt in his face, but he's a good sport, and we had some fun about it this morning. So
What was the card for?
Bartman Day. You know the guy who reached out in the field and grabbed the ball and supposedly cost the Cubs a chance to win the World Series? That's 8 years ago today.
Yeah, Dan made him a nice card and everything.
I found an 8-year-old birthday card, had a big 8 on the front of the birthday cake. I cut out some pictures of Mr. Bartman and pasted it inside and gave it to Ryan, and he's going to show it to his wife and probably rip it up and throw it away. But it's all good.
Wow. What are friends for?
That's right.
That was a good card.
That's right. So, F you, Big B, we will now have the man violation
All right.
as per the standard show format, which I know full well.
Yeah, I wanna say my man violation with a caveat. I want to say there's probably some stations I'm missing, because I don't know every cable station out there. But my man violation for week 6 is any man who voluntarily. I mean, again, a lot of these have to do with, like, if you have a wife or a significant other and they may have control of the remote control and there's nothing you can really do about it. I understand that. But if you're like, especially if you're a single guy, heterosexual guy, and you voluntarily choose to watch Lifetime or Oxygen, Oprah Channel, and Style Network, that's definitely committing a major man violation. And so that is my man violation for week 6. Sorry, brother Scott, to disappoint you. You cannot, no longer can you watch Lifetime, the man-hating channel. I know you like to watch that.
Yeah, right.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
Hey, where else am I going to get my Katie Lang from, man?
Yeah. I didn't like the one where the woman kills her husband and the judge says, not guilty, he looked at another woman. And they have a parade, and they put her driving around in a Cadillac, and they put her husband's body into the river.
Yeah.
Where am I going to go for the sobbing Chaz Bono when he loses on Dancing with the Stars? So, very insensitive of you, Brother Brian.
That's the purpose.
So, there you have it. Show week 6. We're going to take a look at the picks again for week 6. Can you guys see those?
Not yet.
Oh, hang on. Let's try that again. No, I tell you, this update that Skype did, really, like, they updated in the middle of the show. I'm like, what the heck?
Dan's doing clown music right now.
Heck that.
I believe he's saying you suck.
Yeah, well, you cut your shit off halfway through the thing. All right, can you guys see the week 5?
Yeah, that's week 5.
Here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The week 5 picks from
last week.
Wait.
That's That's why they don't have L and W next to them. This is week 12, season 6.
1986.
Yeah.